Good morning, everybody. Welcome. To those of you who are new, a very warm welcome. And to all of you who follow me on a regular basis, welcome back. Anyway, this morning I am working on my journal. I started it, well, I printed it out last month, and I'm unable to print right now. I'm in a feud with HP. They say that I've reached my limit for printing this month, and I know I haven't. But anyway, this is a little sneak peek. It's a Mother's Day journal, and it's going to be a design team project for Raindrop Lila. So that's just, my signatures are printed and ready. And this is from the, well, most of it is from the Baby Blues, I think, or Little Blessings. Baby Blues and Little Blessings, I think. But those are two of the signatures so far. And then I have some ephemera that I've printed that I thought would be great for this journal. Haven't got a cover in mind yet, or how I'm going to put the signatures in. But that's a little sneak peek of what I'm working on. And what happened was, last week sometime, I posted some of these on Instagram, and I've had a lot of requests. It goes to Facebook automatically, and I've had a lot of requests as to how I made them. I call them my little stained glass windows. My little stained glass, you can see through both sides. Well, for these two you can, but you can do it this way as well. They're printed on vellum. That's on book page, because there's no faces or anything, so I like to see the book page behind it. If there's not a face, then I'll place it and use it for a journaling card. This one says, "Gardening is dirt cheap therapy." That's my favorite, because it's so true. This one I haven't quite finished yet. I still have to do some little labels. And then this one says, "I firmly believe that nature brings solace in all troubles." That's by Anne Frank. And that's the back. And when you hold it up to the light, I don't know if it will show up in the camera, but it's very translucent and vibrant on both sides. It's very difficult to tell which is which. So anyway, I'll put those aside. And then we'll fold it there. And so I had these printed to make some more. And I made one this morning and remembered that you had asked, or somebody had asked, how I made them. So I'm going to show you. I've already made this one this morning, and I was getting ready to do another one, and I thought, stop. You have to do a video. So what I'm going to do is, this is how they come, and when you print them, and they are from Raindrop Lila, and they are, I think, mother and child from the Felicity kit, but I can't be positive. I'll look it up in my files because I had already printed it and took it out to do it and forgot. So I'm going to cut this down. Before I cut it down, I take it, and you don't have to do this, but to get rid of that like film on the back, see how it looks just as vibrant on the back as it does the front? I use this crystal clear Krylon acrylic coating. You just shake it really, really well. Take it outside because it is a paint, and you just quickly, this is the back, you just very quickly, lay it down. You can even lay it down on the grass because it's really not going to get on the grass. You shake it really well, and then you just spray it really quickly, about, a good probably 12 inches away. You just, that's it. It has a pretty good spray, so you only have to spray it once, and it dries immediately. Leave it outside for a minute just so that there's no smell from the paint. Actually, that's the front. This is the back. This is the side I sprayed. You can also do napkins. This is one of the napkins I did a while ago. Spray one side, spray the other, and it makes it real tough, if you will. I just pulled this out just to show you. And it really is nice, especially if you wanted to use it for a page in your journal, or if you wanted to cut it out and use it for decoupage or whatever. But it makes it very, very sturdy without having to use any glues or anything like that. And it is, again, the Crystal Clear Krylon paint. You can get it at your hardware store. I get mine on Etsy because a lot of times the Krylon, Home Depot doesn't carry it, and Lowe's is too far away, so I haven't had to buy it in a long time. I use it in a lot of my art, especially like my mixed media and things like that. So let's begin with this project, and I am just going to flip it over so I have it the right way. Not that it really matters, but I just don't want to cut it. I want to cut it so that there is some of the vellum, whoops, so that there's a little bit of the vellum. Well, actually with these it doesn't matter because I'm going to be cutting them anyway, but it's easier when you cut this oval shape if you have it close. So if I were to cut a square, I would probably leave more on the sides. Okay, so we'll just choose, let's see, I have this one. So I think I'll use this one. She's got a little bit darker hair. And if you print on vellum, print on your lowest setting. I like that one. This is how this one came out. I have this like this just to kind of, it's a straight, it's not a crinkly seam binding. I print my own. This is just a piece of the napkin that I put on there, and this is just some gold paint pen. But see how you can see really nicely through both sides. It's just as vibrant on both sides. And you can use it as a flip in your journal. You can stick this in a pocket. You can put it on a page in your journal like this. But, you know, it's great as a flip. And then you can see both sides like this. They're fun. They're lots of fun. You could hang it in your window depending on what it was. So let me just straighten this out. I always glue 2 book pages together and let them dry completely before you cut them. And if you're using rag paper like I am, just be careful when you cut it because it does have fibers in it, you know, fabric, and it will like tear if you don't. And it will especially tear if you don't wait for your glue stick to dry completely. So I'm just gonna cut this down a little bit because it's kind of tall. And then what I'm going to do is, if this were square, I would just take this, put it here. I'd probably make it smaller, and then I'd go around it. I'm going to do the same thing with this one, so I'll show you. And I am going to leave a little bit of a space, but not much. So I want to get in as much as the frame as I can. I hope you're all doing well. I've been doing some videos. I'll put them up. I hope that I put them up in order. And I have been trying to reorganize and fight with HP. Yeah, it's been a week so far, but we're getting through it. I'm getting through it. John's working. I like it when he's here because he's a lot more, I don't want to say bold. I don't know what he is more than me. But, okay, so now I'm going to take my image and see where I want it, which is about there, which is fine. And take my pencil, and I'm just going to trace around this. That looks good. And you can erase your pencil marks, so don't worry. Just hold it down. Oops. I'm glad I shut my doors because the breeze, it's absolutely gorgeous out. It's going to be 80, I think 6 today. But it is such a gorgeous morning. I was out in the garden for a little bit this morning, and then I had some coffee with my friend Brenda. She did some collaging this morning. She does a great collage. I did pull out my little collage book, so I'll be doing some of that today too. So, okay, so see, I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but I've gone around it. Now I'm going to cut on the inside of this. So I'm going to just, because I don't want my image to fall out, I'm just going to kind of see where I'm going to cut. I'm not going to go around the whole circle, just inside of that circle or oval, so that my photo fits in there nicely. Now, if you have a knife, it's awesome because it works really well. But if you don't, you can just poke some holes and use your scissors. I'm going to be using my knife, my craft knife. There are several different kinds of craft knives. There are these, which are great for fussy cutting to get into small places, but to do things like this, I feel more comfortable using my other one, this one. It was my husband's, and I took it out of his toolbox, and then he got another one. So I'm just going to take my ruler, and I'm going to cut, not that line, I'm going to go down that line to this line here, because my outer line is here where I traced it. And I'll be using my scissors as well because this is an oval. If it wasn't an oval, I probably wouldn't be. I'd use the whole, you know, I'd use my knife for the whole thing. And now you can just cut your oval. To each point, and it gives you more of a rounded more, what am I trying to say? More evenly spaced. So it comes out more even. As now, if you want to do a few of these, now all you have to do is go in and trace that, because they're all the same size, right? So I'll show you what I already did with one. Let me erase those marks so that I can see better if my oval is okay. And I'm going to place my image in there to make sure that's okay, that I've got enough of it. Because sometimes if I see the pencil mark, it kind of tricks my eye. And if you don't have a printer, I can show you some other things you can use. It's still nice and early here. It's only 10:30. I'm in Florida. Which is nice because I have a lot to do today. Package up some more boxes and get those out. If my husband has a day off this week, I think he's got Saturday off, so that'll be good. We'll go to the post office and then stop at Good Samaritan, drop off some things I have for them. Pick up anything that I might see that I can't live without, like nothing. Like I can't. My craft room is just chock full of stuff I have to get rid of. So now I can see better, like where my oval needs to go. Put this in the trash. And she should fit in there very well. I think I'm going to make this a little bit more rounded. So just use your eye, really. This probably isn't a good one for me to show you your first one, but this would be like the most difficult. Now, if you have a die cut, which I do, but I didn't use it in the event you didn't. I'm trying to get a lot of that frame in there. Just a little bit more. So yeah, sometimes it would take a little bit more to, you know, a little bit of fiddling with where you want it to be. And especially with the rag paper, it's much easier for you to cut it if it's 2 pages glued together. Even regular book page. And you can use dictionary, music, you can use anything you want. I just happen to have this. A friend gifted me a beautiful 1800s Italian book from Rome. Okay, that's good. So now what I'm going to do is flip this over. This has a little bit of the book page on it, but I'm going to not worry about that. I'm going to cut this a little bit more because it doesn't look rounded to me. There. Now I'm going to place her here. Perfect. And now I'm going to take Fabri-Tac. You want to use a non-liquid based glue for this, because otherwise your image on your vellum is going to shrivel, and you don't want that. You want it to lay nice and flat. The vellum, whatever you hit vellum with water, like a water-based glue, and I'm holding this right to the paper so I'm not getting a lot of glue that will come out. And with rag paper, it soaks in, so you have to be a little bit faster with it because it's made out of fabric. There's a string in there. Now I have to remember which one is the front. That's the front. And I only know because of the direction she's going, otherwise I wouldn't know. And the nice thing about Fabri-Tac is it's positionable for a few minutes. So you can get it in the way you want it. Not for very long, but now this can be a tag. It can be anything you want. And you can do anything to decorate the outside of it. Make sure you get all your glue down. And there you go. That's her. And it's so pretty. So I'm going to take my gold pen. This is just a paint pen in a metallic, which I love. You can do it with gold metallic paint. This basically is the same thing. Oh no. And I'm just going to go around the edge. Just to add something to it. A pink would be nice too. Or any color, but I do love the gold, as you all know. So I'm just framing it. The rag paper soaks. I'm sorry, I was just so quiet. Concentrating. The rag paper soaks in the paint, so you might have to go over it a couple of times. Let me just don't want too much to come out. That just frames it a little bit nicer. But you don't have to do that. I'm giving it a little bit more rounded edge because it had kind of a point at the top. And I'm going to make this a little bit wider on the bottom as well. There we go. The gold is so pretty. You can use rub and buff. If you follow me, you've seen me use that many times. But I like to use that on the edge of things. It's easier. This is easier when you're doing something like this. There. I think I'll do a little bit more on this side too. Now I will take a piece of a napkin, and the other one I did pink, so I think I'll do blue on this one. And I think I'll get a label to finish it off. I didn't put a label on the other one yet, but I will. So I'm just kind of tearing apart this little piece of napkin. Even though she's got pink flowers in her hands, it's fine. I like the blue. So I'll glue that on. And you want to make sure you take that second layer. Oops. You want to make sure you take that second layer off, or first, or third, or how many of our layers are on your napkin. If you do this. And push it out from the inside to the edge. Isn't that pretty? I don't think I got enough glue under that little piece right there. Whoops. There we go. And then I'll grab a sentiment. I have so many. These are her mini, Raindrop Lila's mini flashcards. Well, most of them are. Okay, and I cannot find my family ones. I thought I had plenty printed, but I don't, unless these are them. These could be them. Oh, this is family. I could use that one, but I think I might use her Sweet Sentiments. Bloom like a flower. She's growing up, blooming like a flower. Love blooms and grows. I love these sentiments. I print them on tracing paper, A Garden of Petals. These must be her. They're Sweet Sentiments, because I always keep whatever they are. These are just a whole bunch of fussy cut labels. Bloom like a flower, love blooms and grows. I like that. Put that away. I can't find my, oh, there it is. And then one more step, and I'll show you a couple of other things you can do. Where are we? Oh, good. pretty. I love that. So, so you can, once you have one cut out, you could use this to trace your next one. Okay? So that's an idea. This one was one that I had cut out for one of the other ones that I didn't use. And if you don't have vellum, or you don't have a printer, they sell vellum. Now I got this in a box that I did a review for, but I don't remember whose. And it came with all of these different colors and patterns, flowers mostly. So you could do this. You could put this in the back, and I'll show you what I'm planning on doing with this. Okay, so you could put that in the back. I don't know if that's, let me do the pink one. It'll probably show up better. See how pretty that looks? And then you could place something on it if you wanted to, or just leave it like this. So that's an idea. And then another idea is to glue it right on to the book page, and you could either put something on it or not, and then put something on the back. That's really pretty. Or you could do some gesso for writing space. Put a couple of little, I can probably take this off now. A couple of little topper, you know, a topper or something on the top. And all I did was put grommets there and put this in the middle. And then I just put a dab of glue there and a dab of glue there. Nothing behind here. And then I just put this clip on to hold it, which you don't need to see because it's dry. So there's one. I'll put the grommets and stuff in this one next. So for this one, I had an idea. What was I going to do with this one? Was I going to do it on this? So this one, see how the frame is cut out? I cut too much of the frame out. So what I did was I glued it on a piece of rag paper. And what I'm going to do now is show you, you can put an image. Oh, wait a minute, this wasn't it. This wasn't what I was going to do. Where's that square one? There it is. I'll show you. So if you have one, if you do have vellum that you purchased and it has a pattern on it, then you could still, I'll push this aside because I'm not going to use that yet. I'll take a piece of this vellum and maybe I'll use the pink or the white. Let's see. Probably the white. It's got flowers behind it. Yeah, the pink's too heavy for that. Too heavy for the image. So what I'm going to do is get my pencil off first, because if your glue gets on the pencil, you won't be able to get your pencil off. So this is something I cut for something else, one of the florals, but I didn't do it because I had enough for what I'm going to be using those for, which is not this journal, it's another journal. I have like 5 in the works. Do you ever do that? Oh my gosh, I've got so many things going on. Some mixed media, some collage. Ephemera. This is great ephemera. Because you can make it up ahead of time and then do, you know, put it in whatever journal you want, especially if you're using florals or things like that. So I'm going to glue that there. Back. I don't know where this was. I can hardly see it. Okay. And remember, just hold your glue down onto your paper like this so it doesn't get goopy or too much. Oh, sorry, I'm concentrating again. So I'll glue this down. I don't think it really has a right side. I guess that's the right side because of the way the flowers are going. And see, you can't see the glue or anything. You can see the paper, which is kind of nice, especially if you're going to use it as a flip or even in a pocket. And now what I'm going to do is just take my image, and I didn't just want the white on the other side, so that's why I used that. And again, because I'm on vellum, I'm going to just put a little bit on around. And this is good on the rag paper too. It works really well. And there's something a little bit different. And if you do use it as a flip in your journal, then when you flip it, the other side will have the book page, or you could take another image and put that on that side, which is very possible. I may do that. Now that I look at it, it's like, I could do that. That glue will dry the Fabri-Tac, so you won't see it. As you can see, it's already dry on the vellum edge. But there's another idea. And then you could take your fingernail, you can kind of rough it up if you'd like, which I like to do. Just, I don't know, gives it a little bit of character. If you don't want to use the gold paint, just take your fingernail and kind of push that back a little bit, give it a little bit of a raggedy edge. And that's how you make them. And to do the toppers, you just use your crocodile if you have one. If you don't, you can use an awl to poke your holes. I don't want to add a flower or anything, or, piece of napkin to this one because I don't want them all looking the same. And now that I have 3, I want to use all 3 in my journal somehow, some way. Either it's flips or tucks or, just something in a pocket. But for Mother's Day, I love these. I love these. And I love the whole Felicity kit is beautiful. And I think this is Mother and Child. There's also Sisters in Bloom, which I haven't got printed yet. And it's frustrating because, you want to get started and you want to see everything that you have. And they charge you $1 extra a page if you go over. And I'm not paying it. I won't do it. I know I haven't printed 700 pages. There's no way. I know what I have. I keep everything in a file. I even count. Now, I did print a very large kit, double-sided. So there were 60 pages, so that was 120 pages, but it's not 700. And I know it's the end of the month, but I haven't been printing much. I've been using scraps. So anyway, the fight goes on. I just have to get, they told me to call between 1 and 3. That would probably be my best bet, is to get, you know, somebody that's actually here in the United States. Because, you know, they have call centers everywhere, all over the world, for HP or for most places. So I'm just, you know, you can play with this as much as you want. I'm just playing, and I kind of forget that I'm on camera. So just, yeah, do that. I think bloom like a flower. That one says love blooms free. I've got to put something there. So I don't want the exact thing. Goodness looks good, since I'm not going to put a flower or anything there. Wholesome. Heart. Moving forward. Gosh, I've got so many. Garden of Memories. And it's got the flowers. Although, I like the goodness, so I'll probably use that. And I might use that for that one. They'll be in different parts of the journal. For some reason that didn't look straight, but it is. Straight along the flowers. And there you go. Today's video. And I'll be back with another video in the next video. I don't know when it will go up. I'll put this one up first. I have some other things I'm making for washi. So, I hope you enjoyed that. I did. I love creating with you all. And I will see you in the next video. I may put another one here on the back, because I have plenty. So I just might do that. Not right now. But I might take her and cut it to about the same size and put it on this side. So when you flip it, it's got both. You know? But these are them. And here's my napkin that I used to, and this is it again if you want to take a screenshot or write it down. Krylon Crystal Clear acrylic coating. It does have a number 1303. And I did get it on Amazon, but a long time ago. I'll try and find it and leave the link in the description box. But it really does a great job on napkins. And since I've been using it on napkins for so long, that's where I got the idea to spray. Because see, it looks so nice on both sides. That's where I got the idea to do the backs of my vellum, so that they looked so nice on both sides when you turn it. See? Pretty. All right, everybody. Until next video, I'll put goodness here. And I'll put the ribbons and stuff in. You'll probably see them in the video, in the description of the video. But that is printing on vellum and making ephemera, stained glass windows. All right, everybody, until next video, be well, be safe, be kind, and God bless. Love y'all. Bye.